You are very live. Well, that's good. Okay. Welcome to my stream. Hello. Um, Today is another the series. And then, like I said, this is a series that I'm doing on spiritual psychology. Today's topic is, well, ghosts waiting in line. Now, what I mean by that basically is when spirit people are made aware of a medium doing readings, okay, they know that they're, hey Marilyn, that the message is going to be delivered. It's going to be brought through, and for them that's pretty exciting because basically that's the only way they know how to communicate. That's easy. Okay, well, it's easy to a point, and that, but unfortunately, there's some spirit people that, like, when they were alive on the earth plane, they had no patience. Okay, they go to the doctor's office, they go to the grocery store, they get in line, and they'd be cursing and swearing, saying, "Oh, this is taking too long. You know, I'm on a tight schedule. Blah blah blah." Well, if they had that kind of attitude in the physical, well, chances are they're going to have the same attitude in spirit. In other words, they think that their message is the most important, that they haven't got time. So I've seen in a couple of cases where they've actually either walked right through a crowd of other people or they push through and then say, "Oh, mine's more important than yours." And that, unfortunately, that does happen. Sure, it happens all the time here in the physical, but it does happen a lot in spirit as well. And because it's not fair to the other people that have messages, well, certain things need to be done in order to tell these people, you got to learn to be patient. You can't be forceful. You can't push your way through a crowd. You can't do what I call line hopping. Okay? Because a good friend of mine who does psychic readings on the weekends, okay, he's had to contend with this many, many times. Okay, his name is Derek Green. Okay, and he does readings on Sundays. Okay, he does card readings and that. And I've seen a few times behind him, I've seen a whole, like a small crowd of people in the background waiting for their name to be called. Okay, and it's usually what it is. This Derek Spirit Guide, he's the one that says, "Okay, you're next, you're next, you're next. Okay, you got a message, give it to Derek." But it depends on what the message is and the urgency as to how it's delivered. Okay, sometimes it can be delivered through card readings. Sometimes it can be delivered directly to Derek without the card. Okay, that's happened many times. Okay, well, because the spirit guide is kind of doing what I call crowd control. Okay, there are bound to be some people that are going to be very forceful. They're going to push through, and they're going to kind of, uh, be kind of almost like a bully. Like they force their way through, say, "Oh, my message, I'm more important." Okay, well, luckily in the spirit world, they have what is known as the gatekeeper. Okay, which I call the spiritual security guard. Okay, and it's the gatekeeper that tells this guy, either you wait in line like everybody else or you leave. Okay, because if you want to deliver your message, you got to be respectful. Okay, not just respectful towards the medium, but respectful towards all the other people that have messages. Okay, and sometimes they'll say, "Okay, I can wait a little longer." But there's some people that think, "Hey, no way, I'm more important. My message is more important. I'm going through regardless." And that, well, it's people like that the gatekeeper says, "Okay, you're out of here." Okay, and how they push them back, I don't know. But they're forced back and say, okay, when all these people come back, okay, then we'll have a talk with you before you talk to the medium. Okay? But there has been some cases that a lot of people just don't want to wait. Okay? They're all anxious, especially the way they passed. Okay? If you pass abruptly, suddenly, before their time, naturally they're going to be extra anxious. Okay? And they're all want to come forward and, approach Derek almost all at the same time. Well, I've seen that. I've seen as many as 8 or 10 people. They've actually went right behind Derek all at the same time, and they start talking all at the same time. Just like as if like, try to picture going into a small room that's filled with people, okay? And they're all talking at the same time. And you go in there and you try to find one individual that's speaking. There's no way you can hear your friend amongst all those other people. Okay? It sounds like loud chatter. Like none of it makes any sense. You can't filter it out to find your friend. Well, it's the same with Derek. Okay? He tries to link into one person, but there's a whole pile of other people talking at the same time. And yes, to the point that he tries his best to take the voices and he tries to filter them. Okay, this message belongs to that person, that message belongs to that person, that message belongs to that person. But if they're talking all at the same time and they're raising their voice and they're getting frustrated, there's no way Derek's going to get any information. It sounds like just garble. So basically what he's had to do is he's had to get up and walk out of the room to disconnect the spiritual line just long enough to get his bearings together, get his thoughts together, get calmed down. Then he comes back in, and then he tries to make another link with the person that he's wanting to speak to. Okay? Some of the times, what happened was when the medium leaves, those people, they do back off. They think, uh-oh, I think we've done something wrong. But what happens is Derek's guy says, okay, you, come on back. Okay, everybody else stay there. And sometimes that spirit person will come back, make another link, message is delivered. Okay, that doesn't happen all the time, but whenever it does happen, it's nice to reconnect with that person because Derek's overwhelmed. And in fact, I can imagine many mediums have had the same issue where a whole pile of people come at the same time, all with messages, all talking at the same time. And it's like being saying, people, give me a break. I can't filter you. I can't separate you. I can't make any sense of what you're saying. You see, the spirit people are so impatient. Okay, they got to learn to wait in line so that the medium can do each spirit person individually, not as a group. Okay, but I think they must have spiritual guidelines in the spirit world, and so when people do come forward, that the medium spirit guide says, okay, you're next, you're next, you're next. Okay, all of you stay still, and when I call you, come forward. Okay, I feel that's probably the way that, well, in my opinion, should be done. Okay, that's not always the case, but it makes it easier for the medium, but it's also fair for the spirit people as well. And that has, like down here on the earth plane, like I said, you go into a doctor's office, you go into a department store or a grocery store, and there's a long lineup. And that's the last thing you need to see, especially if you only go in for, just say, a couple of items. Hey, Tinker. And you go in there for just a couple of items, and there's a long lineup, like 50 people long, and you think, what? I'm not waiting 3/4 of an hour just for 2 items. Forget it. And that's why there's people are always storming out of the store. They're mad because they only want to get a couple of items. There's a long lineup, and there's no way they're going to wait 3/4 of an hour. Forget it. Like I've done that myself. I've gone to a store where I've seen a long lineup. I thought, not happening. Thank God there is what is known as either express checkout or self checkout. Okay. Well, unfortunately, there is no express or self checkout in the spirit world. There's just a lineup to deliver the message. It's almost like saying a telegraph back in the olden days, back in the Victorian period, and then when a lot of people had messages and they had a piece of paper, they give it to the telegraph person, and he does the Morse code thing. Okay, well, by the end of the day, he's going to have a stack of papers that high of all messages, and they have to be sent one by one. Okay, so look at it this way: when spirit people approach you as a medium and they say, okay, we need a message, we need to send a message. Okay, it's almost like having a spiritual telegraph. At least I think that's what you call it. The thing that uses Morse code. It's almost paired with the same idea. It has to be done individually. And it takes a while to do so. That's the reason why whenever Derek's on, he's on for, at times 3 hours, because each reading is a different length of time. Some are very, very, very simple, straightforward. Others are really in depth. Okay. But when Derek does a one-on-one, just Derek and the individual, the person recording the reading, that reading can go on for 2 or 3 hours easy. Sometimes longer. It depends on how much the spirit person has to say or how long the message is. But luckily with the one-on-one, there usually isn't a lot of people coming forward, but sometimes there is even with that. Especially if the person has more than one relative or more than one friend in spirit that wants to come forward. And that even there, you got to think, okay, spirit people, wait in line. That's the reason why see, I've never heard of an in-depth reading lasting, say, 10 minutes. It doesn't happen. And that it takes time. And I know in the spirit world there is no time, so they have a hard time comprehending what I mean by you have to wait, or it's going to take time. That's something that they haven't been exposed to in a long time, so they're kind of thinking, time, wait, what? Like we left all that behind. No, when a spirit person comes into our atmosphere, they're reintroduced to time. But when they come out of the atmosphere, that's when they lose concept of time. Okay, but once they come into our atmosphere, they regain the concept of time. That's when they think, okay, well, I guess we're going to have to wait. We don't want to, we don't like it, but we got an important message, so okay, no problem. Those are the people that are the cooperative ones. The ones that, some mediums would say they're the lovely ones. But the ones that are aggressive, they're pushy, the ones that say, hey, I'm not waiting for anybody, those are the ones that either the spirit guides or the gatekeepers have to contend with, which unfortunately, does happen. Just like down here. You go into a store, guy gets into the line, the long lineup, he's just absolutely furious. And he starts to do stupid stuff, and security comes and says, oh, buddy, you're causing a scene, you got to leave. This is the same thing. And so anyway, just let you know that I did do a live stream on StreamYard on Wednesday that covers the same topic. Okay. And I'm not going to go as in depth today as I did on Wednesday, because on Wednesday it was something like half an hour or something like that. So if you want me to go more in depth into this, that stream I did on Wednesday, and that will have a little bit more information about that. Okay, and the link to that video will be in the description below, along with all the groups that are represented. Okay, like when it comes to Derek Green Psychic Medium, okay, that's a group. Okay, so for anyone that wants to have a reading with Derek, okay, I highly encourage you to join the group. Okay, I'll put a link in the description below for that, as well as all the other groups. Okay, And if you want a reading, okay, please join the group, become a member of our family, okay? And then if you want a reading, contact Shell Yules, okay? And she'll ask you if you want Angel, Tarot, or Oracle Zen card, okay? And you tell her which card you want, give your full name, she'll put you on the list, okay? And then she'll tell you which Sunday that Derek can do your reading, okay? Because each Sunday, and then he has something like 20 people. Like he has to limit himself, and I believe it's 20 people, okay, for on Sundays, and that, and now when it comes to the one-on-one, just the person requiring the reading and Derek only, and that, okay, well he charges for that, okay, because that's a full reading, not a partial, and it's 25 pounds, and that, and for as long as it takes. If there's a pile of spirit people that want to communicate, fine and dandy, they can all come through. If there's multiple messages, even better. And that's why he's there to do the full reading. There's more than one spirit people, even better. And that. Now, the person that you contact for that, okay, is Derek's daughter, Kelly. Okay, contact her, okay, and she'll set you up with all the details that you need in order to have that meeting with Derek. And it will be done by a video call, okay? And like I said, it'll just be the person requiring reading and Derek only, okay? And now when it comes to the on Saturdays, he usually does go signing on Saturdays, okay? Well, that's done on the SWYPT page, okay? But see, like myself, I'm a part of the SWYPT Group, okay, so I highly encourage you to join that, and that. And have you ever had any paranormal experiences or spiritual experiences yourself? I strongly encourage you to post that in group. Let us know that that you're not alone, you're not crazy, that. And if there's stuff you don't understand, just ask. We'll explain it to you. Why it happens, how it happens. But you see, whenever you have an experience with spirit, it's always for a reason. Okay, and we'll explain that to you. Okay, so please join our group, the SWYPT, which is Southwest Yorkshire Paranormal Team. Okay, I strongly encourage you to join our family. Okay, now there's another group, White Rose Paranormal Investigators. Okay, and that's another professional group. It's our sister group. Okay, I strongly encourage you to join them as well because they do investigations as well. Okay, now what else? Oh yeah, and the two other people that I'm aware of that I know of that they also do card readings. Okay, and that's my soul brother, Nicky Stone Medium. Okay, he does card readings. He's also a Reiki master. He's also I think he's a psychic shaman and empath medium. See, I'm an empath medium, but he's also an empath medium in that. And believe it or not, Nikki and I, we share the same spirit guide, Jeffrey. And that, in fact, it's Jeffrey's idea that I do this. And Jeffrey's really excited. Actually, he's the one who gave me these titles. And that, so he's really excited about this, and he's got some big plans for me for these streams for further down the road, which I'm really excited about. And that, so, and the other person is Tasha Mellor. Okay, she's a medium. She does amazing stuff with crafts, and she's also a Reiki practitioner. Okay, very gifted person. Okay, so and the people that help with the readings on Sundays naturally is Tasha, Tinker, another very gifted, very sensitive person. We're blessed to have her, and that she helps with making sure that everything goes smoothly in during the live stream with the readings on Sundays, and that she does an amazing job, just like Tasha does, and everybody else. Absolutely, just thumbs up to her and all the rest of the team that are involved. So anyway, people, like I said, all the description, all the links I just told you about, I'll put in the description below, and that. And the next stream will be on Monday. This Monday I'll do. Last Monday I wasn't feeling very well, so this Monday I'll have a stream going, hopefully. And then so anyway, people. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to be out on Sunday. I'll try to be, because Sunday is my wife's birthday, and we kind of got plans for that day. So I'll probably pop on with my phone, but that's about it. And that, because we got a lot of celebrating to do, and so it should be fun. And so anyway, people, very good scooting. So bless you all for joining me, Marilyn and Tinker. And for those who haven't seen this stream yet, okay, if you really like this stream, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me big time to let me know that people enjoy hearing about stuff that's spiritual, mediumship information, as well as the paranormal. And that, all that kind of stuff is what I do. And if other people enjoy it, if you get something out of it, and that's why I'm here. And so anyway, people, thanks so much for joining me, and God bless, and have yourself an amazing weekend, and please stay safe.